Michael Scotto just dropped a report that's going to make Raptors fans a little sick to their stomach. Toronto was one of the teams in on Lu Dort before he got shipped off to Atlanta. So basically we were right there, and it didn't happen. In this video, we're breaking down the report on the Raptors' interest in Lu Dort, what a defense with Kawhi, Scottie, and Dort actually would have looked like, and why giving up RJ Barrett to get him might not have been as simple as it sounds. Before we get into it, quick shout out. We're closing in on our next subscriber milestone of 2,000 on this channel, and honestly, this offseason is keeping us busy. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single thing. Because between Kawhi, DeRozan, and now this Dort report, there is way too much happening this summer to miss an episode. All right, so let's get into it. Starting with the report itself. Michael Scotto of HoopsHype said several teams expressed trade interest in Lu Dort before he was moved to Atlanta, and he specifically named the Lakers, the Nets, the Heat, and our Raptors. This wasn't some throwaway mention either. This was a real credible insider naming Toronto directly as one of the suitors. And when you think about it, of course, we were in on this, right? A Canadian all-defensive caliber wing who just won a title in Oklahoma City on an expiring contract. That's exactly the kind of player this front office has been targeting as they try to build around Kawhi and Scottie. And I mean, just picture it for a second. Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Barnes, and Lu Dort on the same defensive unit with a guy like Colin Murray-Boyles rounding it out. That's not just good. That's genuinely one of the scariest four-man defensive groups in the entire Eastern Conference. Dort is a guy who guards the other team's best perimeter player every single night. And when you pair that with Scottie's versatility and Kawhi's length and instincts on that side of the ball, you're talking about a Raptors team that could realistically be a top 3 defense in the league. Personally, I think that would have been the single best perimeter defensive trio we've had in this city since the championship run, and that's not an exaggeration. Now here's where it gets complicated, and this is the part I actually go back and forth on. Dort's deal, according to Scotto's reporting, was around $17.2 million for the season, and by most accounts, he'd recently signed an extension worth around $82.5 million total. That's real money, and pairing that with Kawhi's cap number would have pushed Toronto right up against or over the first apron, which we know this front office has been trying to avoid all summer. So the fit made too much sense on paper, but the money situation made it messy. The same story we keep running into with basically every move this team wants to make right now. Now let's talk about the price, because this is the part that would have really stung. Some of the reporting around this suggested that if Toronto wanted to get a deal like this done, RJ Barrett's name was floated as the kind of piece that could have made it work salary-wise. And look, I want to be clear, that's speculation. Nobody confirmed an actual offer was made with RJ's name attached, but it's the logical outgoing piece if you're trying to match money in a trade like that. And that's where I start feeling a little conflicted about the whole thing, because RJ was fantastic for us in the playoffs. He was attacking downhill, knocking down big shots, playing with an edge we hadn't really seen from him before, and he looked like a guy who's finally figured out who he is on this team. So as much as the Dort fit made sense defensively, I don't know if I actually want to give up a player who just showed us that kind of growth on the biggest stage. RJ is a hometown hero. He is a guy from the GTA. Although Dort is from Canada as well, I don't want to trade one Canadian for another. Let the hometown kids play together. But yay, RJ has been great with the Raptors, sometimes being more consistent than even Scottie at times. RJ and Scottie played so good together in these last playoffs against the Cavs. Man, did they ever. And you just fall in love with your guys on the biggest stage like that. I don't know, it would be so hard to part ways with someone like RJ, as cool as it would be to get Dort. We've talked about this all summer on the channel, right? This tension between wanting to add pieces around Kawhi and Scottie, but also not wanting to gut the young core that's actually been building real chemistry together. RJ's playoff run is a huge part of why this front office has some leverage and some flexibility going forward. And honestly, I'd rather see this team find a Dort-type player through a smaller trade or in a future window than give up a guy who's trending up like RJ is right now. I could be wrong here, and I know some of you are going to disagree with me hard on this one, which brings me to the question I actually want answered in the comments. If the Raptors could have gotten Lu Dort, who would you have given up to make it happen? Would you have put RJ Barrett's name in that trade? Would you rather it be draft picks and a lesser piece, or would you have just said no thanks and let Atlanta have him? I want to see actual names in the comments, not just yes or no, because I think this fan base is genuinely split on how much you value a defender like Dort versus keeping a young wing who's shown real postseason growth. We'll obviously keep tracking how this affects the roster moving forward, because even without Dort, this front office has made it clear defense and physicality are the identity they want. And I don't think this is the last swing they take at a wing like him. If the Kawhi trade situation ever fully resolves and this team has any cap flexibility left over, I wouldn't be shocked if we're back here talking about another defensive wing target before the season even starts. Look, missing out on Lu Dort stings a little, especially when you actually picture that defensive lineup with Kawhi and Scottie. But I also think there's a version of this offseason where not giving up RJ Barrett ends up being the right long-term call, even if it means we didn't get the flashiest possible defense on paper. We'll see how it plays out. Appreciate everybody pulling up for this one, as always. If this breakdown got you thinking, do me a favor and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single update as this roster keeps taking shape. Drop your Dort trade package in the comments. I actually want to see what you guys would have offered. Folks, real quick plug here. Unlimited Hoops Canada is a new YouTube channel where we talk about all things Canada basketball, from Canada basketball hoopers to the Toronto Raptors, and everything in between. If you are a fan of basketball and live in the North, take a minute to subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. We are a new channel and our fan base is growing, and we want you to be around for the journey. Let us know in the comments as well. What do you want to hear me talk about next? Any topic in mind? I read every comment, trust me on that. Anyways, thanks for taking the time to listen to my video today. I hope you become a longtime subscriber, and let's talk hoops in the North. Until next time, see ya. Take care.